Hi, this is Lisa Greenfield with Truth in Hand, and it's time for your daily tarot. We're looking at the days between December 12th and 18th, 2016, and we've got a super moon, a stack of astrological aspects, and some powerful cards. Are you ready? Well, before we get started on that, do be my guest at truthinhand.com if you want more about the map of you that prints out in your hands, the astrology and tarot. That's my love of all three come together to give you the best information I can share to help you make choices in your life. Okay, so now for the week. Our card of the week is perfect, as usual, Six of Arrows. Now, what I love about this is with all of the astrology we've got going on this week, this is the card of sailing into uncharted territory, but leaving the worst behind. It's the calm after the storm. It may be unfamiliar, but you've got a sense that six is always that Virgo number, that you're whole and intact unto yourself, and the arrows are your mind. So it's like you have a sense of yourself, an adventure, that you can handle what's coming. So that's the perfect spirit to face this week, a sense of adventure, knowing the worst is over as you move into uncharted territories. Okay? And on Monday, we start with, right out of the gate, the Two of Stones, which the two is very much about, there is a square today. Moon is squaring off with Neptune later today. But before that happens, you've got a lot of support with your sun and with Ceres, who really helps nurture yourself. So it's a way to really face the obstacles where your needs are going to conflict with the greater, Neptune is the collective unconscious. So it's like, how do you honor both? And that battle between the two. But the good news is, this is just great practice. So you're going to take those steps, those baby steps forward, and it's like practice putting your needs, considering other people's needs, finding a way to weave your way through that allows for both. All right? And we roll into Tuesday, our supermoon, with the Seer. Now, we've got the sun and moon opposite each other today. So this is where we've got our security needs and fear squaring off, opposite our ego. So, how's that for a recipe? There's a lot of support with Jupiter and Saturn in the mix that is helping dial up some of those issues so that we can put a new structure around it, a new normal. Start, seeing where you are your own authority. Nothing and no one outside of you has any more power than you do. So that is so important. That is that real gift of the Seer today. All right? And we move into Wednesday, and we've got the Five of Arrows. Wah, wah. Fives are always a creative, tension. And the arrows are that mind. So this is the frustration, because so often, with some of the dawning enlightenment that came yesterday, it's like, I want to be at the finish line now. And with the Five of Arrows, it's like, no, you still have to run the race. So this is all about harnessing those energies, the frustration, the patience that is required. And you've got some astrological support to really help put an understanding that it's like, yes, even friction and resistance can slow you down to put you in exactly the right place at the right time. So trust it all today and manage that mind. And we move into Thursday, and we've got the Queen of Stones, which is important because our astrology today, we've got a Moon Pluto opposition. Now, moon are our inner security needs, that sense of safety, that home within us. Pluto is the dark underground, it's that underbelly, but it has riches to offer. So it's like you start to see the Queen of Stones. This is a woman with the right, a good attitude towards, and a sense of yourself, a sense of your security, enough to be able to look at your shadow. All right, and that's going to be important because we roll into Friday, and even though there's no astrological aspects, it's the exactly best card you could pick. The Guardian is here today, because with everything that you've experienced this week, with your egos opposing your fears, and with your actions squaring off, the collective against those fears, you need Friday to process. You do. This is all about looking at those shadow places, the underbelly of us individual and the collective. The dark can integrate the light, but the light cannot integrate the dark. One of my favorite teachers told me that. It's perfect. So, if you're willing to stand in the shadow and own it, both personally and collectively, then you can bring the light into it. And that's what Friday is really about. And you get some help on Saturday because you've got the 9 of bows, which is respect. And the 9s are always that completion, that you've moved far enough to be instead of being the student, you're now the teacher. And bows is that visionary leader. So this is where you start to, it's like, okay, I get it. Here's the shadow. Here are my new actions. Here's where I'm trusting myself. There is nothing and no one outside of me that has any more power or authority over me than I do. I am the master of my internal weather. Always. Always. And it rolls from there into Sunday, which is the pole star. And astrology supports it today. We've got, today is that really nice Moon-Mars opposition, which really helps you act in a way that calls out those fears. But then you get the support with the sun, and it really shifts you into a profound transformation. So you can understand that the stuff that makes the stars are the same things that make up you. And you are creating a much bigger, better world. This is going beyond limiting beliefs, what you've lived in up till now, and really understanding where you are the star in your life. You ready for that? That's perfect ahead of this Mercury retrograde, right? Okay, again, I'm Lisa Greenfield with Truth in Hand. Thank you so much for sharing, and I look forward to seeing you next time.